welcome to Destiny and Doom, a show about setting bunnies on fire. I'm Lauren.
Oh, I forgot about that.
It's also a show about me reminding people that we set bunnies on fire. I'm Lauren, also known as Obo Crazy, your humble DM, and I am, as always, joined by these wonderful people. Let's start with Mika. Mika, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us what your favorite moment from last week was?
Hi, I'm Mika Burton from Rooster Teeth, also known as the Burner of Bunnies. And
That's your official title now.
that's my official
Just
title.
happened. Yep.
Mika Burton, the Burner of Bunnies. And as sad as it was, my favorite moment from last week was Freya and Vance just shoving the bunnies into their bag for later for some dinner without anyone seeing.
I love it. Those will be delicious later. They were perfectly roasted.
They will be.
Yeah. Dante, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us about your favorite moment from last week?
Hi, I'm Dante Bosco. My favorite moment from last week also was the bunnies. What I love most was those damn bunnies just multiplying. It's just the image of just what we could do with bunnies that just kind of keep on multiplying out of nowhere.
What you could do. I like that you're thinking tactically.
Tactically, what we would do, or if I had one of those bunnies in my house, the madness. I just got a kick out of that. You know, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, bunnies are funny. Greiken, how about you?
Hi, everybody. I enjoyed last week the interpretive art portion, as well as how simple that lock was that somehow held us up for about 40 minutes. So that was that was really my favorite part. But the bunnies are great too.
In fairness, it wasn't the lock. You got through that super fast. You're just very distracted by rolling dice and playing a dice game. Mm-hmm. Nothing wrong with that. And Jack.
Hi, I'm Jack Patillo from Rooster Teeth, yeah, I think my favorite thing last week was Solaris just sort of losing her mind, and her whole world is kind of collapsing around her as her friends are murdering bunnies, and she lost money gambling, which she had never done before, and she's having a lot of issues right now.
Lots of issues, but a lot of new experiences, and so one can say time to grow. So we're going to pick up right where we left off last week, which is you are in a second level of this temple to a goddess that none of you really like, and you're attempting to get downstairs to find the guy that has been responsible for all the bad stuff that's been going on. But at the moment, you are surrounded by the aforementioned bunnies, the bunnies that seem to multiply every time that they come into contact with one of you, at least bare skin, or in certain cases, bare scales or bare claws. That sounds like I just turned Solaris into a bear. So you guys...
Donut.
Ooh, donuts. So yeah, you guys are still kind of standing around. You'd made it to the end of the hallway and have a little bit of room to breathe at the moment. You are still warily looking at a lot of bunnies who are warily looking at you. What would you like to do?
Why did you light the bunny on fire?
It wasn't on purpose, I promise.
You touched
Don't
it with
worry,
fire.
there's more.
There's more.
There's more, Solaris. There's more.
The bunnies will be fine, I promise.
In fact,
We have an infinite amount of bunnies.
there can be an infinite. In fact, there is still one in your hood, Freya.
Oh, right. Yeah. So we have a bunny friend, and the bunny friend forgives us for the sacrifice that the other bunny friends have made. So all is well. Right?
But what about those bunnies? And she just points to like the pile of charred rabbit.
Those bunnies will be great with some roasted potatoes later.
Rabbit soup.
This is the
Mint
best.
jelly?
Rabbit soup. Rabbit soup.
Or rabbit soup?
And
Yeah, I
Solaris,
think she's more of a
shoulders kinda
soup
drop.
turtle.
Her shoulders kind of drop, and she sort of just like walks off and then like to her own corner or something.
Oh. Go ahead and roll me a perception check, Solaris.
All right.
This is the saddest opening of a D&D game ever, and I love it.
It was a 19 plus whatever, so it's like, where's my thing? Gotta get it all working here.
Yeah.
So 23.
Nice. So you guys had moved down the hallway past the open doors of the empty rooms into the room that's at the end of this hallway that has a door. And all you've seen so far as you've entered this room, well, all you can see are the bunnies. But now, as you take this moment and console yourself and mourn a little bit over your lost bunny friends, and you're trying, as you gather yourself to get your mind off of the bunny that you're going to be eating for dinner, and you look around the room, and it's a plain stone room, but you do notice that there is this door at the end of the hallway. It's been the only door on this level that you've seen, and it does seem to have 3 large padlocks with a strange circular keyhole in it, and not really anything else.
Do we put the bunnies in there?
Would you like to examine the door?
Sure. I'll give it a shot.
Give me an investigation check.
Well, that die is gone.
Gone forever.
New desk, and it is dark, so the shadows take my die. All right, here we go. All right, that's good. That's about a 20.
All right.
19 plus 1.
We gotta get you like a dice chair or something. If
Yeah.
that's because the last thing you need is the dice going that way. That'd be the end of D&D forever. All right, with a 20, you do notice that these are big, thick pieces of wood locking this door, and where would normally be a keyhole, this circular indentation. You take a really close look in the 2 of them that are one's at your height and one's kind of 2/3 of the way down. And yeah, it's a circular hole, and it does seem to have an interesting spiral pattern on it that would match the horns on these bunnies.
Oh, I wasn't wrong for once. Can we use the dead ones? Or do they still have their horns attached?
The dead ones, you've got 2 dead ones in the bag of holding. They do still have their horns attached.
Should we? I mean, it's probably safer. You have one in your hood too, so that's 3. Let's give it a go.
Sure. How many keyholes are there? 2?
There are 3.
There are 3. All right. So I'll use the one in my hood along with our 2 for dinner later.
Yeah, I'll double hand the 2 dead ones and screw them into the holes.
Sure. And Freya, I'm assuming you're using your gloves as you pick up this bunny?
Yes.
I'm being nice.
Thank you.
All right, you put the 2 dead ones. It's awkward and weird, but they slide almost all the way in to the holes. The live one squirms and is super unhappy. So I do need an animal handling check.
That is me.
Yeah.
Ooh, 8 minus 1. That's 7.
You kind of hold on to it. It's not the gentlest of holds. You kind of scruff of the neck it and get it on in. And then you kind of have to stand there and hold it as it continues to make rabbit noises. It does slide in, and you do notice that you can turn it like a key. Vance, you do notice the dead ones do not turn. They slide all the way in, but when you do what Freya does and kind of rotate this bunny, who is still super unhappy at this situation, dead ones don't turn.
Okay.
Rabbit hunting time?
I mean, I'll just tap this one. That works, right?
I'm sorry, what?
We could just
I'll tap the bunny.
live bunny.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean,
What, did I say something wrong?
I went to a magic place for a second. You're gonna wait. Like, are you tapping land? What are you doing? No, I don't get this. Yeah, you could do that, or you could go try to grab. I mean, the bunnies that have been scattered everywhere in this floor have slowly started to re-enter the room. They haven't really approached you guys yet, but they've, there's some you could go capture, or would you like to just go boop and make another appear?
I'm gonna boop it.
Okay, you boop it, and it's weird because Freya's still kind of holding on to this one. When you touch it, it goes still for a second, and it's almost as though it splits in half, but the second one that comes out falls in a really weird way. It obviously you can't have 2 horns in the same keyhole. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as you try to catch this bunny.
No.
I do? Okay.
Yeah. Well, unless I'm told otherwise, Freya is holding on to a squirming rabbit in a keyhole.
Natural 20.
Very nice. Not only do you catch the falling bunny, but you manage to do it after putting your gloves back on so that it doesn't turn into 2 other bunnies. And
Right.
so you catch it, you cradle it, it's safely held in your arms. You catch it so gently that it stops squirming at all, and it's just sitting there doing whatever it is rabbits with horns do when they're not pooping or eating.
Mm.
What would you like to do?
I go, that's a
I
good
think I gotta
bunny.
make.
In the hole. And I just jam it into the next hole.
All right, you pull out one of the dead ones and push in the live one. And I'll say with that dexterity check, even though it starts to squirm like Freya's, you're able to turn it, and you hear it as the second lock seems to unlock.
All right,
Sweet.
we need one more.
more. You need help there, Vance?
I'm good. If you want to get the last one, it's all you,
Let
Pony
me-
Boy.
Let me. I love seeing this happen. It's so magical.
It's very magical.
Let me try to split these two things up. Let's do it one more. Let's do it again. Do it again, Vance. Do it again. I'll catch the rabbit.
Wait, I'm already holding this one. Do you want me to just tap it also?
Tap it one more
Okay,
time,
okay.
and I'll catch it when it falls.
There we go. And Vance knocks his chin down and hits it
You're gonna headbutt this bunny?
gently, just like a little.
Gentle headbutt.
Yeah.
I'll say you give it a nice boop with your nose on its belly, because you're kind of holding it lengthwise would be the way. You kind of boop, and yeah, once again another one falls out. And Ponyboy, I would love a dexterity saving throw. And
All right.
are you wearing gloves at this very moment?
I'm not actually. It's just gonna be a shit show.
What were you thinking?
God.
I'm glad I
I
thought
rolled
to
a 14
Okay.
plus 2. Is it a save or is it a save?
Yeah, we'll say
Or
it's
is it a modifier?
we'll say it's a saving throw.
So it's I rolled a 14 plus 4.
Excellent. You catch the bunny, which immediately turns into 2 bunnies, which then very quickly turns into 4 bunnies. And would you like to continue to hold a bunny?
Yeah. I just want to
Oh.
hold its
Uh-oh.
butt.
Uh-oh.
You froze for a second, which was amazing. What were you doing with its butt?
I said I stick the bunny in. I put the bunny in the hole and I'm like, Vance, hold its butt because I gotta let go. It's just popping
Why am
bunnies out.
I gotta do
buddy.
everything. Okay.
Just
Vance?
use your shoulder or something.
My shoulder. Okay.
Or you know what I do? No, I learned that. I just let go of it and I hold it with my chest, which is covered.
Oh, you're just gonna body slam the bunny into the hole?
Body slam it. So
Okay.
now it's hopefully stopping reproducing.
Well, you use your hands to take this bunny and stick it into the appropriate spot and then move to your chest. In that time, probably about 8 other bunnies are created and go running off. Another 2 are created as one of them falls onto your foot, which doesn't have shoes on, and so
Yeah. It's bunny time in here. It's bunny time, you guys.
you
I
managed
love it.
you managed to get it stuck in there, and you're holding it with its chest. You still have to turn it like a key, though, and I will need an animal handling check. At this point, your bunny is super freaked.
My animal handling check.
Yeah.
Also, Solaris is just sitting there staring, just mouth agape, just like,
In horror or in something else, I'm not sure.
yeah, a mix of horror, shock, and what other emotions that she can't express.
My animal handling is 19 plus 2.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
You very quickly grab and turn the bunny to unlock this lock. Another bunny is created, but you kind of very gently ease it to the floor and manage to let go of this bunny. And it kind of trusts you a little bit now. It's not freaking out quite so much. The 3 of you that are helping bunnies stay in locks feel the door, and then the whole door starts to swing open a little bit, and you feel your bunnies disengage from their holes. Would you like to let them go?
Can I put the
Yes.
bunny back in my hood just in case these?
Sure, give me an animal handling check.
All right. Aha! 16 minus 1. 15.
Yeah, it's still freaked out, but something about the comfort of your fur-lined hood and being able to snuggle in there, it hunkers down, and it's sitting there either too freaked to run or comfortable. You're not quite sure.
I'll
How's-
take either.
How's mine doing?
Would you like to try to help it to the floor?
I'll carry it for now.
Oh yeah,
I got gloves on.
you got gloves.
I don't have a reason not to.
Give me an animal handling check.
Okay.
Everyone's getting animal companions this show, apparently.
Ooh, nice. Animal. All right, 17.
You pull it back out of its hole and cradle it again, and you had done such a gentle job. I mean, you're essentially the bunny whisperer at this point. You grabbed it, put it in the keyhole, and now as you pull it back out, and you're petting it with your gloves on, and it seems pretty calm. Seems pretty happy. It doesn't have those big, wide, crazy eyes. It's got like slightly smaller, crazy eyes. How about you, Pony Boy?
Even though I know it's gonna reproduce more rabbits, I just kind of like gently put it to the ground. I feel like a god of rabbits. I'm like, mother of dragons. I'm the dragon of rabbits.
Dragon of rabbits.
The dragon of
Right
rabbits.
now, you guys, I feel like a rabbit god. I could watch, and I touch another rabbit, and it's like more rabbits. I'm like, I feel godlike around these rabbits.
You just want to stay here, Pony Boy? This seems
let
like
it run.
okay.
All right, give me
Yes.
no, give me a dexterity check since you're just pulling rabbit out, placing rabbit down.
Okay. 16 plus 2, modifier 2.
Yeah, you guys are rolling really well today. Yeah, you managed to get it out and safely on the ground. One more rabbit is created. Or no, did you put on? No, you don't have gloves. Sorry, you were chest bumping this thing.
I was chest bumping. I'm the dragon of rabbits. That's what
You do create one more rabbit, but you manage to get both rabbits to the ground fairly safely and placed in a way that they automatically hop away from your bare feet, so that because you may be the dragon of rabbits, but only on your terms.
Only on my terms. I just named that last rabbit Johnny. As he skips away, I'm like, your name is Johnny, if anyone asks you.
There you go.
I created you.
All right. The door is open. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Vance, go forward. Go in front of us.
Oh,
Vance, would
okay.
you like to lead the way?
I guess I'll volunteer. Thank you, Pony Boy. And I want to stick the rabbit out first and just walk down with the rabbit stretched in front of me.
Okay. The stairway it's a similar looking stairway to the one that brought you from the first floor to the second floor. It goes down about half of a story and then does a switch back down into darkness. And darkness is in human Vance.
Yeah, that's
you're
not
gonna
great.
Get about 20 feet. And
Freya, do you want to set this one on fire too so I can see the way? Or
It was an accident.
then a
Didn't
torch?
look like an accident.
oh,
Should we light up torches again?
I can try holding both with one hand, but I think that would probably go wrong.
Do you want me to put the other bunny in my hood? Can 2 bunnies fit in my hood?
That's a good question.
you won't know until you try. But it's a hood that goes over your head, and these are not
Right.
small bunnies.
Okay, would I be able to like football it? I mean, I'd probably be able to guess that myself. Like, hold it under my arm, like one arm.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
I usually picture footballing like
Yeah,
the cradle.
I guess that works too. Like
Yeah.
I could cradle it.
Yeah, you can. It'll be a slightly more jaunty hold. Certainly, if it decides to squirm, it's going to get away quicker. But yeah, you can football this thing and have the torch in the other hand. And all you guys are going down the stairs?
Yeah.
Down the stairs we go.
All right. You go down.
Or someone else can hold the torch too. I don't have to be the one to hold it.
Well, Solaris can hold the torch for you, or she can hold a torch.
All right. You, thanks to the torchlight, everyone can see as you guys head on down to the 3rd floor, and you notice there is a palpable bad odor in the air as you come on downstairs. And there is a door at the bottom of the stairs. Seems like another brand new door. And as you open it up and survey, once again, this seems to be a similar floor plan to the last 2 that you've seen. Long hallway, 4 entranceways, 4 rooms, room at the far end. Except it looks like this floor had a bit of a calamity. There's obviously the whole right side of the hallway has been collapsed in. Like there's been a cave in and there is mud and dirt strewn into the hallway. So the 2 rooms on the right are just completely gone. The rooms on the left have doors, and they do seem to be in good repair, fairly brand new, and they're closed. But the sconces on the walls that usually let off that nice blue-white light, some of them are flickering, some of them are totally destroyed. Only a couple of them are still working, so it's a little hard to see. And all throughout this hallway, you see this, just lots of mushrooms, these very purplish, glowing mushrooms that mix with the sconce lights to give a bit of an eerie glow. And it smells moldy in here. It smells like the black mold got in to the windowsill and you're just going to have to redo the whole house.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's bad. And I need everybody to roll perception checks.
Ooh, natural 20.
Ooh.
Natural 2.
19 total.
Okay.
19. Myself plus perception plus 2.
Nice. All of you except for Vance notice that most of these large mushrooms, these fungus, they're all really large. They're all like 4 or 5 feet tall. Most of them are violet. There's 1 or 2 kind of in the middle of this hallway that are larger than the others and are like this stark white. And the one that's closest to you, it's about 40, 45 feet away. It's vibrating a little bit.
What? Are those
Why do
4-foot
I have-
mushrooms, you guys? Are these 4 or 5-foot mushrooms? What
I
are
have
these
an
things?
intense need to set these on fire.
What's wrong with you?
Baby.
Listen,
Why do
I
you-
just, I feel.
Why must you light everything on fire?
Freya.
I feel.
I'm a dragon. I didn't want to feel like doing that yet.
Oh, come on. Where's your sense of adventure?
I gotta say, first and foremost, whoever was the architect of this building is very uninspired. It feels like I'm
Noted.
going in the same place over and over again, losing my mind. But these mushrooms are really big. Does anybody want to eat of it before we burn it? Does anyone?
Yeah, let's eat it before we burn it. This is a great idea.
Why would we?
No, I
eat
mean,
them?
maybe
They're
there's
glowing
magical-
purple.
Magical mushrooms, magic mushrooms.
Pony Boy,
Pretty
we,
Make
sure.
it this-
You can eat them if you want to eat them. It sounds like you're asking to eat these mushrooms.
I am pretty
I
sure
mean,
that glowing purple means poison. Purple always means poison.
I thought
I'm a
purple meant
dragon.
royalty.
I think purple does mean loyalty. Yes, I'm with Solaris in this.
All right, fine. Die then.
didn't
Have
you
fun.
didn't you know that royalty is poisonous?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody who
a bunch of the board.
since you guys are examining these mushrooms, anybody who would like to give me a nature check can try to discern if they're royalty or poisonous.
I'll give
A
it a shot.
nature check.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got 11.
13.
Anybody else?
Fans
I'm
isn't
gonna
gonna
go.
bother.
Okay.
This is their
16
mushrooms.
plus 1. I got 17. I got a 17 nature on this bad boy.
Nice. Are you looking at the purple ones or are you looking at the white one that's bigger and down the hall?
I'm looking at the one closest to me at the moment.
Okay, those would be kind of a field of purplish mushrooms. This is a little bit where the moldy smell is coming from. And you actually remember hearing a little bit about these mushrooms. You don't remember the name of them, but they're actually like a fungus. And you remember studying about these. They're usually found way below ground. These are not something that you would actually find on the surface anywhere. They're usually way underground in the Underdark. Don't eat them. No, eating them is a super bad idea.
You guys, I'm not just anybody. I know things. These mushrooms, don't eat them. I've been around mushrooms my whole life, and these are not the ones to mess with. I think let's go examine the white mushroom.
So we should burn them.
Thank you.
Don't burn. No. There's mushroom. These are sacred mushrooms. I'm a bard. I have some kind of magical background, and I know that you gotta respect.
This is a great
all
origin
these
story.
General magics.
You gotta respect the nature. We just can't go killing things for no reason.
I'm sorry. If these are evil
Yeah, don't go
mushrooms,
killing things.
They're not evil.
burn.
They're not evil.
I'm pretty sure poison equals evil, and evil
We don't
equals
know.
burn.
I think we can avoid them. It's not that hard to avoid, Freya. Not everything's attacking you in the world. Some things are
Just
just
because things aren't attacking me doesn't mean they can't get lit on fire. I'm just saying.
It
Like a rabbit.
could cause smoke that becomes somewhat poisonous. That's the problem.
All right, that's a fair
Okay.
point.
Fair point.
I will wait to burn them.
Let's look at the white mushroom, or is that the one that's vibrating?
Yeah, the one that's about 40 to 45 feet away. It's surrounded by. It's almost as if the cave-in on the right-hand side that allowed all of this dirt and mud into the hallway has released enough of the moisture in this area to allow this fungus to propagate. And most of it is this field of the purple ones. But there's these two big, larger white ones. The one that's about 40 to 45 feet away is just slightly vibrating.
Let's go check out that vibrating mushroom.
All right, how close would you like to get?
Well, while they go, Solaris starts looking at the doors on the left.
Okay.
I think
the first.
Vance is good where he is. I'm gonna let them go check that out. I'm not gonna follow.
All right.
Vibrating mushroom.
You stay in the doorway. The three of you push forward. Solaris stopping at the first door on the left. It is closed, but does not seem to be locked.
And she just opens it and pokes the torch inside and looks around.
Okay. Seems to be a storeroom of some sort. There's a couple boxes and barrels. There's nothing really interesting on the wall. There's a couple more of the chairs that you recognize from the first floor, but they're stacked on top of each other, like someone had acquired 5 or 6 of them and had stored them somewhere. And it's with the exception of your torch, there's no other light in this room.
Freya, there's some things in here you can light on fire if you'd like.
I'm waiting to light things on fire, but I appreciate your consideration.
Okay, I thought you might want to burn some chairs.
I'm not looking to burn everything, just dangerous things.
Like a rabbit?
A rabbit with a horn on it?
Did it come after you?
Probably.
That hurts.
Look, I'm sorry. There's still one alive, and you can have it when we're done.
Is that a promise?
It's a pinky promise.
Oh boy.
I'll think about it.
All right.
As you guys have this conversation, Ponyboy, you continue to walk towards the white mushroom. You can get right next to it if you want, if you're willing to like walk through a field of purple ones. How close would you actually like to get to it?
I don't necessarily want to touch any mushrooms, but I want to get close enough where I can inspect it to see if it's a mushroom I've once seen before.
Tell me if this is a fungus that you used to know.
Large breadth of knowledge.
Exactly. All right. So you get to within about 30 feet of it and go ahead and roll a nature check.
All right.
30 feet is about where the field of the purple ones are, so.
I rolled a 5 + 1, so we're looking at a 6 total.
Okay.
Total 6.
You move towards it, studying it intently. You were so positive you knew what was going on with these purple fungus that you're looking at this other one. It continues to vibrate and vibrate and vibrate and vibrate, and then as soon as you get to just within 30 feet of it, it stops vibrating, and there's this horrible high-pitched shriek that pierces through everybody's head like a fire alarm on steroids, which I will not do because we have microphones. But as you can imagine, it is immensely loud. You feel like it would be almost impossible to talk over this noise emitting from this mushroom that, Ponyboy, you could swear as you look at it, it almost seems to stand up straighter as this noise starts. And it is just vibrating out through the entire underground complex. The noise is bouncing off the stone walls. All of you, I need a Constitution saving throw.
Goodness.
Oh my
Constitution?
Constitution.
19 + 2. I got 21.
I have 11. I have 11 total. 10 + 1.
I got an 18 + 1, so 19.
11 for me too.
I'm screwed.
Fortunately, it hurts. It's annoying. You want to just like claw your own head off because it's painful. But the two of you that rolled 11s, you come really close to feeling like this is just a stunning thing. Like your limbs lock up in pain, but you manage to push through it. But the noise continues.
Oh my God, I swear I didn't touch anything. I just looked at it, you guys. I just looked.
Just make
And
it
this
stop.
is why I said we should have set it on fire, but no one listens to me.
Okay, burn it now. I don't care. Just get rid of the. I hate the sound.
Oh,
Oh my
yes.
god, are we burning?
Can I set it
Cause
on fire?
Go for it.
Solaris goes into the room with the chairs and stuff and just kind of like shuts herself in and just.
Oh.
Do you actually retract into your shell?
Oh yeah, I forgot I knew.
Oh.
Yeah, she pulls her head into her shell and is holding her torch out.
It
Just the
helps.
headless turtle.
Oh, just one arm.
Yeah.
I love it. It helps. Like moving into the room, at least you're out of the direct line of this mushroom, and so that helps a bit. And then diving your head into your shell, that helps muffle it a bit. It's now moved from painful to annoying.
Can
Okay.
I light a torch and try and light this mushroom on fire?
Sure.
What do I roll for that?
That is an excellent question. Are you just going to shove a torch at these mushrooms? All
Yep.
right. Go ahead.
Just the white one, though. The one that's screaming at me.
Well,
Not the purple.
just so you know, you can, but you have to go through about 30 feet worth of purple ones to get close enough to do that.
Ooh, wait. Can I light an arrow on fire and shoot it at the white one?
Yeah.
Dude.
That's what I want to do.
I'm close to this mushroom, Freya. What are you thinking?
I light it on fire. Make it stop.
I mean, I am 30 feet away. I'm not that close, am I?
You would be just about 30 feet away from you stopped Ponyboy just as where the field of purple fungus would start. Because
I don't trust lighting the purple ones on fire. I think we should try and directly hit the white one with fire.
Okay.
So yeah, what should I roll for?
You go ahead and set the arrow on fire and go ahead and give me an attack roll.
All right.
Ooh.
That is 11 plus 5.
Oh yeah. Yep, you hit it. Go
Yay!
ahead. You don't get sneak attack, but go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, for my short bow, that's a d6 plus 3, which is a 5 plus 3.
Okay. And go ahead and roll a d4 for fire damage.
And d4 for fire damage.
D4 for fire.
That is a 3.
Yeah, it's still alive and it's still shrieking. Oh God, it hurts. But it's now on fire.
Great.
You don't know how long it's going to take for it to burn, because as I said, these are like 5 foot tall mushrooms with big, wide caps. But you have very clearly embedded an arrow into the top of it, and the cap of it is now on fire. And it does seem to be spreading. It does also seem to be letting off some fumes, and the shrieking, crazy white mushroom is slowly starting to burn.
Is it still shrieking?
Oh yes.
Oh, Freya.
Yes.
I did what
It
I
didn't like
could.
the fire. What were we thinking?
Do you have any ideas then?
I mean, I'm not really afraid of fire because I'm a dragon. So
Go
it's not,
get in there. Go take care of it.
but I'm gonna get in there. But should I? When I go in there, Vance, what am I looking for? A little friggin' troll inside here screaming? What am I looking for?
I don't. What, a troll? No, just hit the thing till it stops screaming.
But does anybody have any magic check to figure out if there's any magic on this damn white
You're the
vibrating
magician, aren't you?
screaming
You said you studied magic for years.
I have studied magic for years, and I'm checking in my magic book, and I don't have any.
Ponyboy, I would say from your nature check from before, you don't think this is magical. You think
I don't think it's magical.
You think this is probably a defense mechanism.
I think, you know what I think this is? The defense mechanism.
Well, whatever it is, just kill it. Holy shit.
All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go up to it with my rapier, and I'm just gonna cut it right down. I'm gonna slice it, get into it.
All right.
It's a motion going on a piece of pizza.
Are you going to walk through the field of purple fungus?
I am gonna walk through the field of purple fungus.
Okay.
Because I'm not scared.
You take a step into the purple fungus.
Bad idea?
Does a
Bad idea.
10 hit your armor? I don't think a 10 hits you.
How do I, hold on a second. My armor class is more than 10.
I'm pretty
13.
sure. Okay. You take
Defense is 13.
you take a step and you hear this weird crunch, and it's like you've stepped on something sharp, but it just so happened to not be either sharp enough to pierce, or the nettles were going in the wrong direction or something. But ooh, yeah.
Ooh.
And there's like a
I got
little
it.
poof as there's a little purplish cloud comes up from your foot.
Okay, let me step back. Step back. 1, 2, pop. Pop, pop, you guys. I'm lucky I got some thick ass dragon skin on my feet on these dogs because there was something prickly in there, and now there's like popping gas, so I'm not walking in that field no more.
Yeah, you do notice the step that you took on the field of purple fungus. Those are now all squished, and they seem to be fairly well destroyed, but it hurt, or it could have hurt.
Should we, hey, team, let's talk. Is it worth it's warning someone that we're here, and if we kill it, they already know we're here. Should we worry about this thing and get hurt, or should we just try to move on and let this thing scream its head off?
It's fair. Do you see a way out of here?
What's that? Is there a door in front of us? We got the 4 rooms, right? Is there another door in front of us or no more doors?
What you can see, so Solaris has ducked into one of the rooms on the left that has the storeroom and everything. There's another room on the left that the door is still closed. The rooms on the right are destroyed. You couldn't get into those. It's just rubble. And then there is the room farther down the hallway, but you haven't moved that far in order to really see what's in there yet. You do know there's a second one of those horrible shrieking mushroom things further down the hall. You do see that.
And at this point, Solaris walks out with her head still in her shell, just holding the torch. Like, why is this still making noise?
Why are you holding your mouth?
That was me
Oh,
muffled.
you're the shell. That's just what
Action.
I'm not contributing to the noise.
Is anything happening to them? Like, is it
It's
cooking at all?
Oh, it's still on fire, and it's still like you guys are having to basically scream to be heard. It's that loud. And once again,
Jesus.
it's on fire, but it is about a 5-foot-tall mushroom, so you
So
think
it's
it
gonna
might take a little while, unless you
Damn
do
it.
something to speed it up, or unless you back away and let it happen, or whatever you'd like to do.
So Solaris is getting annoyed. So she like pokes her head out of her shell, which is just her eyes, and she just looks at. She kind of identifies the source of the noise, and she just runs at it and just like starts wailing at it
Okay.
with her short sword.
Oh my God, Solaris!
When you get within 25 feet, so you kind of take that first step, and that's where Ponyboy had stepped, but this I don't think a 7 hits your armor class. You don't even notice like the and the purple cloud that comes up. Do you want to keep going? You would notice that something has happened, but
She
like
just keeps moving towards it. She wants to destroy this thing that's making noise.
all right.
She's had a rough day.
That's a natural one. Wow, these purple fungus are the worst. That's a 19, so that will hit
That
your
will
armor
hit.
class. Okay.
Yeah.
You get to within 5 feet of this horrible shrieking noise, and as you take that last crunching step, below you, it's as though nettles had just like dug into the bottom of your foot, and you take 5 necrotic damage.
Yee.
Yeah, and it stings and it burns and it's bad, but you're now next to the horrible shrieking fungus or a mushroom,
All right.
and it's
so,
still making noise.
I'm in excruciating pain right now. And she starts wailing.
Sure, go ahead and roll an attack.
So she's got to do. She has 2 swords, right? So she's 2-handed. Yeah,
Multi-attack.
multi-attack. Yeah. All right. So it's 20 plus 4. Okay. That is
Make some
a
salads.
13 total.
That absolutely hits.
All right. That's for the first one. That's 1d8 plus 2. All right. So that was a 5 total.
Okay, you are so annoyed, and the last couple of minutes have just been horrible. And you bring your sword down on this thing, and you do kill it. So why don't you go ahead and describe how would you like to destroy this mushroom? That is.
So she's been dealing with all of this, this chaos. She's seen her new best friend like murder bunnies, and she gets downstairs and it's just mushrooms and she can't handle it, and then all this loud noise. So she's just kind of in her own headspace, and so she just like totally just like Ralphie in the Christmas Story just starts wailing on this mushroom,
Oh,
like taking out all of her aggression on it. Just keeps hitting it until hopefully it stops making noise.
It does. Within moments of you smacking it, you apparently finished doing enough damage between the arrow and the fire and you smacking it with its sword that it does a very stuttering, high-pitched noise, like a beep, 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 beep. And then there's blessed silence.
And so she's like sitting there holding her sword, just like breathing heavily. And just turns and looks at the group like, it stopped making noise.
Good on you, Solaris. Good on you.
And you take a moment and breathe, and the ringing in your ears is still kind of going, like you've been standing way too close to the amps for a while, and it's been a long day. You guys are tired, but you have made the shrieking stop. What would you like to do next?
Leave this horrible room.
Yeah. But how's the bunny doing, by the way?
Oh, the bunny's good. Oh,
I was
I
asking
think.
Lauren.
Which bunny? Which bunny? The one in Freya's hood or the one that you're holding, Vance?
The one that I'm holding. I haven't moved. I was standing still, so I imagine I'd be.
Bunny's doing the same thing. Bunny hasn't moved. Bunny is sitting very, very
Great.
still.
How about
it looks?
Freya? How's your bunny?
Yeah.
The bunny looks stunned. Freya, the bunny in your hood. Would you like to actually pull it out, or do you want to just kind of?
Can I just like, with my gloved hand, reassure it to make sure it's okay?
Sure. Give me an animal handling check.
They have big ass ears. You figure
Ooh,
that
19.
noise would have hurt.
You pet it a little bit. You're not sure if you're reassuring it. You feel like it's stunned. You feel like the both of these, when that thing first went off and you kind of had to shrug off the noise, you feel like these bunnies didn't do a very good job of shrugging off that noise and are frozen in fear. But at least they didn't jump and run away and multiply.
Right. Yeah, true. They'll be okay. I'm sure. They're fine.
Yeah.
You do
They're
know
fine.
the hallway that continues down, it still has more of these purple fungus, and there is that other white mushroom, and there is the other door. So there's still more in this hallway, or
Let's try the other door. That's
Yeah.
not the white mushroom.
Is everybody's good with rest and everything right now? And we're all good with our hit points and everything? Do we need any rest? before
For
we-
now, I don't think we should sleep in a room full of poisonous mushrooms, but
My foot hurts a lot.
there were no mushrooms in the room, Solaris, that you went into. That seemed to be spared. It seemed like the damage to this hallway seemed to come from once you entered the right-hand side. And so it's the hallway and kind of further on down, but at least the room that you went into, while it was dark, it didn't seem to be damaged at all. It just had some storage stuff in it.
Do we want to try resting in that room? Maybe lock ourselves in so no poisonous
Yes.
mushrooms can get us?
Team, I think something big is coming. So I think that mushroom is warning that we're here. Let's rest up a little bit before we go and see what's over there.
now, not to play devil's advocate as a paladin. I hate the devil. But
No, you're a very religious man.
thank you, I know. Isn't that white mushroom, didn't it kind of alert that we were here? So if we're gonna rest, aren't they just gonna come get us? Do we want to
but they could think we're dead because there's another mushroom over there that's gonna alert when we go
yes,
past that.
and that will wake us up if someone else is coming down that tunnel.
Yes, now
Exactly.
you're
I have-
talking, Paladin.
Devil advocated my own devil advocate.
Devil,
God
Devil
wins again.
Double devil
Which
advocate.
god? Which god? Which god?
Shit. What is the Karn? What is the one I have right now?
I don't know, Vance. Who is your god?
Vance starts looking around. He pulls up his holy symbol.
God today. Who's your god today?
I don't. Oh shit.
I'm the god of these rabbits. I'm the god of all these rabbits.
Vance, roll a religion check.
Okay. It'd be like a history check to remember the day earlier. What true? Because
You've pulled out the holy symbol,
Oh.
so
natural one.
oh.
No.
You look at your holy symbol. You can't quite remember from the day before who this was, and you very quickly grab your Gods for Dummies book and flip, and you'll be flipping for a little while because you can't even remember the first letter. And somewhere in the back of your head, you're like, "Oh, this can't be good. Oh, this can't be good." As he's flipping through this book, what are the rest of you doing?
I lean over to. I lean over to Vance and I whisper in his ear. I said, "A wise man once said, 'What's a god to a non-believer?'"
How does that apply to me? It goes back to flipping.
At this point, as you keep flipping through the book and flip, and you see a holy symbol that looks familiar. And, oh yeah, Gond, yeah, the guy who does all the That's
the building guy.
It's all the building
Legos thing. I had that. Oh no, builder blocks.
Builder blocks. Thank you.
Yes. Great. No, he definitely hates me now. I definitely screwed that one up, guys. Oh, should I just?
You have a whole bag.
Yeah. Should I just leave with this one here and like get a new one? Yeah, just awkwardly.
Leave it among the mushrooms.
Okay. Yeah. Someone else will find it, and then they'll be like, "Oh, it's a sign." Yeah, that's great. Okay. He gently rests his holy symbol on like one of the purple mushrooms.
Okay. You leave it sitting there. Are you gonna draw another one from the bag?
I will, or I'll do it after we rest. It's up to. I guess I'll do it now.
It's up to you when you want to. If you would like, you can either pull one on purpose or roll that wonderful d20.
I'll roll the d20.
Sure.
And one hand, fingers crossed, the other one going into the bag, and he's like closes his eyes and like ruffling around like a kid for candy on Halloween. I rolled a 9.
9. All right, go ahead and pull out. You pull out your little book of gods, and you're flipping through, trying to match this god up. Meanwhile, what are the rest of you doing?
Solaris is walking back to that storeroom. She's just pretty much had enough of today, so she's just kind of like has her torch and just kind of just eyes forward, not really looking at anyone, just heading to the storeroom to sort of kind of make a little nesting area for her to nap.
Okay.
And put her sleeping bag down.
You definitely think that you could move some of the stuff that's in here around enough that there would be space to lay out 4 sleeping bags. Obviously, you're not going to want to start a fire because this is a closed room, but there is only the one entrance, and the door to this room, while you don't see any way to lock it, it does seem to be a fairly sturdy door, so it's not something that could be easily busted down.
So Freya follows Solaris and like watches her start to make this nest, and after she puts her sleeping bag down, lays the money that she got stolen from or gambled out of.
Oh yeah,
from the gargoyle,
but you stole that money.
She stole back.
Freya, you stole it.
I stole too, but I wanted to get my new best friend her money back, so I lay the gold pieces down and sit down in a corner and start to make my sleeping bag as an apology for burning bunnies.
What is this?
It's your money that you lost.
I gave it to the guy.
Yeah, well, maybe he's evil. Evil people don't deserve gold. Good people deserve gold, though.
That means a lot. Thank you.
Do you want to help me feed this bunny? I have some rations that I was going to give it so it doesn't get hungry.
As long as we're not going to burn it.
I promise you we won't burn it.
Okay. Can I feed it first?
As long as you don't touch it.
I can't make that promise.
We're going to be very careful then, okay?
Okay.
Solaris, roll for me a dexterity saving throw. As you try to feed this bunny without touching it.
All right. Oh, it is literally off kilter. Landed on another dime. I'm gonna reroll.
And go ahead and reroll.
A nat 20.
You are super careful and feeding this bunny, which it's cautious about taking food from you. And then once it starts to take the ration, it does that nom, 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 and it very quickly is moving towards your hand, and you let go of that food in just the perfect way that you don't touch it, and it's just sitting there happily munching, and it looks very, very content.
All right, and with that, Solaris' heart kind of warms up again, and she kind of like the pain of today is kind of like melting away as she's seeing like this cute little bunny eat out of her hand. So she's in a much better place now.
Yay.
Ponyboy, how about you? Are you bedding down for the evening in this room?
I'm a bed down for the evening. I don't know if anybody needs a song of rest. Is everybody okay? Do they have enough?
Well,
I think we're sleeping, right?
Yeah.
If you're
So
gonna-
I only work on a short rest.
Yeah, well, on a
Yeah.
long rest, you get all your hit points back. So you
Oh,
don't
we're
have
good.
to.
Then we're good. I'm just gonna go to sleep then.
Okay.
Just walks in.
I'll ask this question, and then while you guys mull this over, I'm gonna give Vance some information. I would like to know if anybody wants to set up a watch, or if you'd like to do anything with the doors. You are technically in a dungeon. So while you think over that, Vance, you do finally find in your little book of gods that Rao is the god that you have chosen. He is, yeah, actually, you're pretty happy with the tenets of Rao. He is the god of peace and reason. His symbol is a white heart, and Rao is often described as a dark-skinned older man with big bushy white hair and a big welcoming smile. And yeah, he is all about serenity and peace and calmness.
Great. Vance,
A little different than your previous gods.
yeah, I think Vance pockets it and takes a deep breath, and then puts on just this like really kind of pristine smile and goes, "All right, gang, let's rest
no.
and recuperate for the night in time for our next adventure."
I forgot to tell you that yes, Mr. Rogers is the patron saint of Rao, and so yes. All right, are you all bedding down for the evening, or did you want to set up a watch?
I think that Solaris kind of recognizes the door is pretty solid, so she'll end up kind of like sliding her stuff in front of the door, and then when she goes to sleep, she'll literally be laying in front of it. So she's pretty beefy, and it's kind of making it like a turtle wedge.
Okay.
That was gonna be my suggestion, so perfect.
Great minds.
All right, and so are you all going to sleep?
Is this the turtle like doorstop?
Basically.
That's great.
The door does open inward, so it would hit Solaris on the way in, but you know that's a way of stopping somebody.
That's
Okay.
also a good alarm. A turtle being like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are all heading to sleep?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You guys very quickly fall asleep. It has been an incredibly long day, and you've gotten into a bunch of fights. You're in a strange place. Your head's still ringing from this awful mushroom thing that you had to deal with. And so when the strange dreams come, it's not a surprise, but they're not bad dreams. They're encouraging and welcoming, and you feel like once again you're kind of looking over everything that's happened in the last couple of hours, the last couple of days, learning from those experiences. Freya, what do you dream about?
I dream about a frozen over pond and a nice forest and walking through that forest and seeing the frozen pond, but all of a sudden the forest lights on fire. And it seems like something it seems like it would be chaotic, but it's actually kind of calming to watch this forest burn to the ground.
Oh no.
But you know, it's more of a rebirth than a destruction.
Rebirth as an arsonist, basically.
Listen, fire can be peaceful, fire can be beautiful, fire can be helpful.
There
Just
is
have to make fire your friend.
there is that weird moment of panic as everything catches fire and the forest burns. But then, as dreams are wont to do, it skips forward in time to hours, days, weeks later when the old growth that had needed to be removed has turned to ash, and the new growth that is flourishing because of this forest fire is coming through. And it'll take a while for these saplings to reach maturity, but they'll be healthier and the forest will be healthier because of it. And so when you wake up, you do feel refreshed. And hey, welcome to level 3.
Yeah.
Hey, Pony Boy, what do you dream about?
I'm in a field, beautiful field, and I'm surrounded by rabbits. These rabbits, and I'm like the god of the rabbits. They all looking at me in a real, inspired way that they just feel like they're better rabbits because they look up to me. And I'm like looking around at them like, oh my God, I'm the god of these rabbits. What am I gonna do? Lead these rabbits to the promised land? I start heading through the field to this mountain, and these rabbits are just a million of rabbits just keep on multiplying. They just follow me, and I'm just like this golden dragon god of the rabbits, and I'm just going to bring him to the promised land. I'm just like, my duty is to take my people to the top of the mountain. So it was a weird dream, very strange dream.
It's a strange dream, but it's interesting. The thoughts that you have, for some they could come off as egotistical, but for you there's a warmth and a
but not so.
But like you feel a little
very
bit
humble God, very humble God,
super humble God. Yeah, you feel the sense of responsibility and of a little bit of pride in knowing that you've earned these rabbits' respect. That it's not that you're just the god of rabbits, but somehow in this dream you have earned these rabbits' respect, that they will follow you because you've proven yourself. And so when you wake up, you've got this. You do, and you wake up and. Interestingly enough, the two rabbits that you guys took with you are there, sitting curled up next to you. When you wake up with the smile on your dragon face, the one that Freya got and the one that Vance got, the two of them have found their way next to you, have curled up around each other, and your big meaty paw is like laying on top of both of them, kind of in a comforting way. No glove, and you notice that they're not multiplying. You're able to touch them. And welcome to level 3.
Level 3.
Hey Vance. What are you dreaming about?
Vance dreams that he is in that portrait that he saw at the beginning of the temple of these adventurers that went down and were defeated, I guess, by the zombies, or that interpretation. However, it is also like an impressionist dream where he is the same sticky like block figure, and he's freaked out about that for a moment. But then he kind of takes a moment, kind of centers himself, and as he gets in tune with Rao. I'm only thinking Rao is like the pasta sauce now, so that's how I can remember it. He has like some deep breaths, and kind of like that, terrible art is kind of washed away, and he finds himself in like a white expanse, and he like is a little freaked out, but is like trying to maintain peace and like tranquility. And it's not a thing that's natural for him. I think it's like a very unnatural state of mind, but he's trying to exercise it.
And for a moment, you do find, if not peace, but you're centered in this white expanse. And you look down at your weird stick figure body, which you kind of intellectually in your dream know is strange, but it feels fine. It feels okay. And you notice that you have the same gold coloring as the stick figure that you had seen, and that as you push your hand out on the canvas before you, it leaves this splash of rainbow colors. And unlike the horrible art from upstairs, this is gorgeous impressionist, almost watercolor painting. And you wake up with pictures in your head that you have drawn of wonderful, colorful expanses. And welcome to level 3.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, Solaris. What are you dreaming about?
So Solaris is kind of having some odd dreams where she initially, like when she first kind of realizes, but when she starts dreaming, really, she's back at the gate with everyone again, and there's just beautiful flowers everywhere, and everyone's kind of like engrossed in these flowers, and like Vance is just completely covered to the point where it's like basically just his face and his flowers completely surrounded. And Freya and Ponyboy, like Ponyboy has a cute little like flower behind his ear, and he's just like playing, like tussling with like lilies and roses and just all kinds of flowers, and she's really happy. And then the gargoyle that they ran into swoops down, like still connected by its legs, like flies down and grabs her by the hand and picks her up, and she's like flying through the air with this statue of a gargoyle, like still like the meaty base, and she's just hanging on. She's not really scared or anything, but she's airborne. And then just without any sort of warning, he drops her, and she's falling. But then she lands, and she's on a creature. She's on a furry creature, and she realizes it's one of the bunnies, but it's giant, and she's riding the bunny. And she looks to her right, and she sees Ponyboy and Vance on bunnies too, just having a good time. And she looks to her left, and there's another bunny with Freya, but the rabbit's on fire. But it's like doesn't seem like it's upset. It's like just like a flaming like horned rabbit, and Freya is just like riding in the flames, like licking over her, but she's still like seems like it's okay, and she's like Solaris kind of takes some kind of solace in that, like okay, she's all right, and then and then it's like it goes down into like these mushrooms, and then kind of like travels through a door and just gets dark, and then her dream kind of gets like a little strange from that point on. Kind of she doesn't remember much of it. So,
but that moment when you looked over and saw Freya riding this, you realize at the last moment it's not a bunny that's on fire. It seems to be some kind of elemental bunny. Like it is a bunny made of fire, and that Freya is part of this elemental bunny, and that no, it's okay, it's all right. This is right, and all the rest of these bunnies, these are all okay, and all the bunnies are okay, and you as you kind of go into darkness, your bunny turns into it kind of curls up, and you curl up on top of it like it's a big sumo sleeping bag. And when you wake up in the morning, your claw is kind of out. You're still sitting or laying down in front of the door, and Ponyboy is a couple of feet away, and you can see that your claw has reached out and is touching the butt of one of the two bunnies that is curled up next to Ponyboy, and it seems to be okay. It doesn't seem to be multiplying in any way. And welcome to level 3.
Yay!
For our listening audience at home, because I know there'll be people who are curious, because level 3 is one of those fun moments in where you get to pick a subclass. Why don't you just give us like the super briefest of what did you guys pick? Let's start with Freya, because I think I don't know if Jack knew, but I think it was an interesting thing that just happened in his dream.
Amazing. Yeah. So I picked Arcane Trickster, and I'm excited to use spells and whatnot. And can I talk a brief bit about why I picked what spells I did?
I would love you to.
So I'm a huge anime nerd, and Todoroki is one of my favorite My Hero Academia characters, and he is half fire and half ice. So that's kind of what I based my elemental powers on, are fire and ice. But I also have some roguish, thiefy, sneaky spells in my pocket. But I'm here to fight, but also here to help steal stuff.
I love it. Ponyboy, what'd you end up going with?
I think I went to like this Bardic College of Valor, right? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yes. So I just thought I'm gonna need going deeper into this whole thing. I'm gonna need to be able to have a little more kind of damage and attack, and also to inspire my guys to have a little more. I feel like we're gonna be encountering some pretty dangerous stuff coming up, and I want to be able to help my crew out here. So we'll see what happens in this whole where I'm at. I don't know. I'm still figuring it out.
Aren't we all? That's half the fun. Solaris, what did you go with?
I went with the I guess was a Hordebreaker, I think, where it's
so you're the hunter. The hunter.
Oh, the hunter.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hunter. And then Hunter's Prey, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I went with that. So basically she's like become a little bit more adept in taking on multiple enemies and kind of kicking ass.
Yeah. And while you did not go with the Beastmaster, that does not mean that Solaris won't pick up animal companions in the future.
She's animal attuned.
Animal attuned. And then finally, probably one of the more interesting role-playing choices. Vance, what did you go with?
I went with the Order of Devotion, because I figure that although Vance doesn't exactly know who he's devoted to, I think there's no question that he is devoted to something, and he's trying to figure out what it is. But he is also, I think, finds devotion in his companions and like enjoys being a protector. He doesn't necessarily know what the greater implications or purposes of that yet, but he knows that's what he wants to do.
Excellent. So you guys wake up feeling a little more powerful, having these relatively pleasant dreams for kind of the weird, horrible situation you're in. And what would you like to do? And of course, you've had a long rest, so you get your hit points back. You can go ahead and mark on D&D Beyond that you've had a long rest. Ponyboy gets his breath back. You all get all kinds of fun stuff back.
Spell slot back.
Spell slots.
Oh
He's
yeah.
Taking long rest. Wonderful.
One long rest. And it is, as far as you can tell, the morning. Door is still closed, so it does not seem like you were disturbed during the evening, fortunately. There is no shrieking noise going on outside. What would you like to do?
Well, I think Solaris wakes up and realizes her hand is like on the bunny, and she kind of like tentatively like retracts and then reaches out and kind of scratches the bunny in front of her.
And it does that little butt wiggle thing to get your hand to scratch the top of its butt, because like most animals, that's a spot that's hard to reach. So it kind of wiggles into your hand to get a butt scratch.
And then when she realizes that it's not multiplying, she immediately her heart lights up, and she just like grabs the bunny and rolls onto her back and puts her bunny on her chest and starts playing with its face. So just kind of rolling back and forth, just like scratching the bunny's face. Not hurting.
Yeah. It bucks a little bit. It's, fast movement, but it settles again pretty quickly.
Vance goes, well, that's interesting. It looks like the bunnies do not multiply anymore outside of the room. I don't know what happened to my voice. I'm doing something new here. I'm going to figure it out as I go.
Oh, I love this so much.
Well, I mean, since it's morning, obviously the bunnies need their breakfast, so Freya takes off a little bit more of her rations and feeds her bunny that is sitting on Solaris's chest currently, I think. But
I mean,
whichever one it is, just
sure.
give it a little snack. We want to keep it healthy now that we know that we can all handle it. Maybe it's the new mascot of our squad, so we're just going to keep the bunny with us, apparently.
Well, you do have 2 of them.
Right. Well, one of them I'm looking after. I've named it Chrysanthemum.
Okay. Have you named the other one?
That one's Vance's. Vance can name that one.
Vance?
Well,
It's
it is a
currently
bunny.
actually curled up next to Ponyboy, but yeah, that was the one that you were holding.
I will name it Bunny Rabbit for now, as that is what it is. And I don't want to make that confusing, if that makes sense. I don't know if I explained, I am actually now a follower of Rao, the god of logic and reason. So I will help discern what we do next, if you will.
Mm.
And is this speech pattern a permanent thing, or does this come with your god, or?
I believe I would like to embody what it means to be logical, and I believe this is an easier to understand method of speaking than my previous dialect, if you will.
Uh-huh.
Just so you know, Vance, it's like peace and calmness and reason. It's not Vulcan.
Oh.
You're not Spock. You would know this.
Okay. He flips back to the dummy book and he's like, oh, okay. Okay,
Bloody
I'll
hippie.
just be
You're like a
happy
hippie,
instead. Right on, dude. Let's go.
Right on.
And Freya
Right
just sighs because she could tell that this is going to be a reoccurring thing.
Well, this would be God number 3 in your experience.
Right.
I think Solaris found a spot on the bunny's, like the back of the bunny's ear, that's like making its like foot thump on her chest.
Aww.
And while she's doing that, she touches Ponyboy. She's like, Ponyboy.
Oh yeah, and then
Look at this.
Pony Boy gets up and he's like yawns, and he looks at you playing with the rabbit, and like, as he gets up, he just kind of like taps the rabbit horn and says, "You are blessed." And I look at Solaris like, "Don't worry about it."
Blessed rabbits, I love it. All right, what would you like to do?
Do I have to do another animal handling check to put Chrysanthemum back in the hood?
You do, but you do feel like every moment and every day that you spend, like it's the next day you've fed these rabbits now, that every day it gets a little more used to you guys. And so, at least for the moment, you can give me an animal handling check and it might not be so difficult.
Can I give her advantage for helping?
Sure. How are you? Tell me how you're helping.
Well, she's still on her back with the bunny, but she then like kind of holds it and kind of offers it back to Freya and like offers to help put her in her hood too.
Okay, go ahead and roll with advantage.
That was perfect because the first one was 9, the second one was 16.
Nice. Yeah, Solaris is able to not only help you get this calm, happy bunny into your hood, but point it so that it's basically its butt is against your head, so the horn is sticking that way.
Thank you.
What are you guys doing with the other rabbit?
So someone else. I don't know my voice anymore. Someone else can take it if they want.
I'll hold the rabbit.
You're gonna hold Bunny Rabbit?
Yeah, I'll put him in in my dreams he followed me, but I think I'm gonna have to hold him a little bit for a while. Train him a little bit.
Okay.
I got him, Vance. I got him.
You kind of
Great.
cradle him. Since you're just holding him, you don't have to do any kind of check or anything, but
No.
your
Actually,
hands-
hold on a second.
Hold on a second.
Hold on 1 second.
1 second.
I have the potion of animal friendship.
Oh no.
You do have a potion of animal friendship.
What I'm gonna do is, if I take it, can I just be like, just walk, like, just follow me for, like, I don't have to hold you nothing. You just follow. You just roll with me. You're my friend.
Let's see.
Well, that's the one that has the random power, right?
Well, all the ones that you have, yeah. If you do remember that the healing potion that Ponyboy took is the one that made him grow 9 inches as well. So there is a
Right.
chance of you were warned other things might happen when you take these potions. When you drink this potion, you can cast Animal Friendship spell for 1 hour at will. So you do know at least for an hour, assuming that this bunny failed its save. The weird things
Yeah.
I got to do. It would probably follow you around pretty docilely if you would like to use it in this way.
Yeah, I'm the god of rabbits.
Oh my goodness.
That's my friend. This is my friend. I'm gonna take a little shot of this thing and, like, I'm gonna tell. What's this rabbit's name? Bunny Rabbit. Is this Bunny Rabbit?
A bunny rabbit, yes.
Bunny Rabbit, you're with me. I'm your friend. I'm gonna take a shot of the drink. Bam.
All right,
Muddy water. A little muddy water.
little muddy water. You feel the effects take hold. I'll roll just to see. Oh no, you are super friends with both of these rabbits. Like, Frey, you actually feel the chrysanthemum in your hood kind of perk up and seems comfortable in the hood, but
the god of bunnies. I'm the rabbit god.
Oh my
I
god.
am a golden dragon rabbit god. These bunnies are bowing to me right now. It's crazy. I love them though.
Okay.
I love them.
Ponyboy, I also need you to roll a d20.
14. Do I have to add anything to it?
Nope. You remember upstairs when you were
Never a
hanging
good
out with the gargoyle and there was this faint music and eventually you figured out that it was coming from a music box?
Yeah.
The music seems to be back, but it's coming from you. You're just surrounded by this faint ethereal music that it seems to be emanating from you.
You guys
That-
hear that?
That
You guys
kills
hear that?
all of our stealth. Thank you, Pony
Is
Boy.
it me or did you? But it's like smooth jazz.
Sure,
So-
it's like smooth jazz. It's like, Miles Davis is following you around, but really softly.
Yes.
Solaris like puts her ear up against Ponyboy's chest. This is listening. You're making noise. You're making beautiful noise.
I'm making beautiful noise. It's hard to be the god of rabbits. Sometimes things happen. This is weird.
Guys, speaking of beautiful noise, we still have another white mushroom to deal with, right?
Let's go deal with that. Rabbits, follow your god. Follow your god, and let's go check out this white mushroom.
Chrysanthemum is going to keep his eyes on you. Actually, are these boy rabbits or girl rabbits? I'll let you guys decide.
Chrysanthemum is a lady.
Chrysanthemum, the lady. Is Bunny Rabbit a lady or a gentleman?
Vance.
Male, I'll say. Just
Did you ask?
make it interesting.
I'm going to assume from carrying it around that you guys would know. All right. Chrysanthemum in Freya's hood, it seems like wherever you go, Ponyboy, she is keeping an eye on you, and you could swear
Exactly.
she could swear she's smiling. I didn't know.
She's smiling.
Yeah, who
And
knew rabbits could smile?
I give her a wink.
Bunny Rabbit obediently is going to follow you 5 feet behind you wherever you go.
Let's go, Bunny Rabbit. Let's
You
go,
and-
Bunny.
And Ponyboy strides out of this room, ethereal music playing, where smooth jazz playing wherever he goes,
jazz
followed
playing.
by a horned rabbit.
Boom.
And people wonder why I like D&D. What would you guys like
Best
to
bard.
So
Well, gang, I feel happy to do whatever you want to do.
Should we just take out this mushroom before we get there, before it starts screaming? Do y'all want to do that?
That's a great idea.
what did you hit it with last time before I beat the crap out of it?
A flaming arrow. You want another one? Want to try and take it down again?
Can I also shoot a flaming arrow with you?
Be my guest. Sounds like a good best friend bonding, doesn't it?
I have a javelin.
does
Do you want to
sound
set that on fire?
Why not? The more
That's- yeah.
flaming, pointy things, the better, I always say.
Okay. This is a
Alright.
great idea.
Just not a rabbit.
Just not a rabbit. Just a javelin and 2 arrows.
Okay. You guys, I'm assuming, have relit a torch and set various arrows and a javelin on fire. And I would like all 3 of you to go ahead and make attack rolls.
18.
You hit.
7.
8.
Yeah, you all hit. It's a giant
really?
mushroom. Yeah. Oh yeah. Its AC is nothing. So go ahead and roll damage, and all of you add a D4 of fire damage.
Roll damage 4 plus 3. So 7. And then fire damage is, you said D4?
1d4 of fire damage.
2.
I did 4 damage and 3 fire damage. So
6 for me.
Awesome. There is a brief moment as the 2 arrows strike it and before the javelin hits it, because the javelin's just a little bit slower by a few seconds, in where the thing goes off and it starts to shriek. But then the javelin comes on in. Yeah, it's like a half a second of, and then the javelin goes on in and kind of splits it, and it stops making that noise. And as it goes up in kind of gentle flames, you can see that the other one that you had burnt up is just a smoking pile of ruin, and you can, it smells a little bit in this hallway. You probably don't want to hang out here too long, but it quickly dies. And I'd like all of you to roll perception checks.
4.
8 plus 2, 6.
15 total.
16.
Great. Ponyboy and Freya, you are concentrating on your bunnies. The bunny was in Freya in your hood. Just the millisecond of shrieking startled it, and you have to kind of take a second and calm it down. Ponyboy, same thing with you. While your animal friendship helps, it immediately trusts you, it does startle for a second. So you don't notice what the other 2 notice. Solaris and Vance, you hear a weird noise, and it almost sounds like it's coming from inside your head, which is odd. Like someone is like the music that's coming out of Ponyboy is just coming out of him. It feels like someone's talking to you inside your head, and you hear, "Help me."
Did you hear that?
Yes. My voice has literally been different every single time. This goddamn god has fucked me up. Okay.
Freya,
Well.
did you hear that?
I heard a bunny freaking out. What are you talking about?
No, Solaris, that's Kenny G. It's coming from my chest.
No, you didn't. Did you not hear "Help me"?
No.
Something.
I heard it, Solaris. I believe you. We should find a way to help this voice.
Where did you hear
Please.
it coming from?
Please help me.
Oh,
please.
You hear that?
Please help. Help, please.
Could it be the mushroom?
It's saying, "Please help me."
Why would a mushroom be talking?
Why would it be screaming?
Where's it coming from?
You
That
guys,
is
Why
a
would a rabbit
solid
reply?
point.
Pony Boy and Vance, go ahead. Not Pony Boy, I'm sorry. Solaris and Vance, go ahead and roll perception checks. And the two of you, Pony Boy and Freya, you do now hear it. It's weird. It's this weird noise inside your head. It's a voice, but you can't pinpoint where it's coming from.
Same roll. I got a 16.
I got an 18 that time.
Now that you've heard it for a little bit, it's still coming from inside of your head, but you now also feel like there's a direction. It's further down the hallway. Like it's not that far away.
Wait a second. I do hear something.
It feels like it's coming from the door, like that direction.
Oh, I'd lead the way then if someone needs help, I guess.
Vance, my man.
Agree. I'll
Lead that
happily
way.
take the lead for all of my great friends. And he puts on a big smile and walks confidently down
That's
the
why
hall.
we love you, Paladin. That's why we love you.
All right, Vance, you push forward down the hall into the main big room at the end of the hall that is the same room you've seen a couple of times. It has a door that you assume leads to another set of stairs. This room is fairly vacant except for two things. The right side continues to have this cave in, as though basically the whole side of this level of the temple had some calamity happen, and just rocks and mud and some more of those purple fungus, but no more of those horrible shrieking ones. On the left side, as you enter, you see a creature. It seems to be some kind of weird jellyfish type thing. Big pink and tan bulbous top lying on the ground. You see two weird eye stalks kind of coming out from under it, looking in a few different directions, and these long purple tentacles, purple and blue, couple dozen of them floating above it in the air, frantically waving about. And all four of you now very clearly hear, even though it's coming from inside of your head, this thing is clearly sending you this, help, can't turn over, help, please, help.
Gang, I believe I should help this weird tentacle monster. Does anyone else have any problems with that?
Put gloves on first. You don't know where that's been.
You got
Hold on a
it.
second. Can I? God.
I think it's unfair to call it weird.
You're right, Solaris. That was insensitive of me. This majestic tentacle monster.
Thank you.
Vance puts on his gloves and he goes, "Gucci, Gucci, Gucci," and
How are
he
you
starts.
gonna end it? How do you think you're gonna help it, Vance?
I'll flip it over. It sounds like it's on its back, like a turtle. Does this happen often, Solaris?
Not since I was younger. I can
You must be young.
I can get myself on my. I don't get trapped anymore.
I believe you can. We're all proud of you. And I go and I whisper as I'm getting close, like, "Do you need a little bit of healing, little guy? You need a little bit of healing? You just want to get flipped? What do you want? What do you want?"
I can't. I need to be up. And you turn me over, please. And its tentacles have kind of stopped that frantic waving and are just kind of like in the breeze waving back and forth. The two little eye stalks that have come out from under what you kind of assume is its large head are now both looking at you and just waiting.
Okay, Vance grabs whatever solid part of it he can find and tries to lift it.
Okay.
Whatever he thinks the right way up is. I don't think it's obvious.
Roll a nature check.
Okay. He just smacks it on the head. Oh, that's not great.
And all of a sudden in your head, before you give me
3.
that number,
Sorry.
all of a sudden in your head, you hear this creature kind of instructing you on what to do. So I'll give you advantage on that roll,
Oh, great.
since you're going to help it.
Oh no!
The same roll, 3.
It has to tell you a couple of times. No, right there. It's okay. Just go slowly, please, slow. And you kind of no, not there. Don't touch that. Ooh, that tickles. No. Ooh. And you grab it finally, and it's a weird, soft, pillowy consistency. A little slimy, but not like dripping slime, like it's got a coating to it, and you finally manage to gently pick it up and kind of flop it over. And its eye stalks raise up and focus on you, and it immediately rises up into the air, floating off the ground about 5 feet. Its bluish tentacles waving below it. Its eye stalks kind of looking at all of you and says, "Thank you. I don't know how I ended up here. This place is weird. Who are you?"
I am Vance Shield, Paladin of Rao, and I stand for peace.
Peace? Peace is good. I am. And it goes to introduce itself, and you all hear in your head a series of weird sloshing noises. And then it says, "But the last time I talked to people like you, they called me Jack."
I don't want to offend, so I will try my best.
No, please don't. It's disgusting when you do it that way.
Okay, I'm sorry. Jack? Am I saying that right? Jack?
You are.
Okay.
I came through a weird portal. I don't know how I ended up here. I just want to go back home.
All right.
Where
Where's
was
home?
this portal?
It was down one floor. I came up here looking for help and then got knocked over. Sorry.
What knocked you over?
I made one of the mushrooms shriek and I was stunned. It's
Understandable.
Don't go near the mushrooms.
They're dead. We lit them on fire. You're good.
Okay, good. Don't eat them either.
Good to know.
Almost did that one, but we...
Thought about it. But Jack,
Yeah.
hello, Jack. Jack, I'm Pony Boy. I'm Dragon God of Rabbits.
Jesus.
I see your rabbit companions. They are very cute.
Yeah, they're cute. They're cute. They're loyal guys. We'll help you get to your portal. You said it's downstairs?
It went away.
How did you talk in my brain? How did you talk in my head?
I am a flump. This is what we do. We can communicate with others in their minds. I try not to do it unless I am welcome, because it's not nice.
How's your voice, Lauren? You okay?
I knew
That's
what I was
cool.
getting into when I picked this voice. It's okay. It's all right.
Okay.
But thank you for
Everyone is just
asking.
concerned.
Thank you for asking. For those of you that are wondering why I was doing vocal warm-ups in the car, now you
This
know
is
why.
why.
This is why.
There you go.
Jack,
Yeah.
do you need healing? Are you all right? Can you float?
Yeah, I am okay. I'm just embarrassed. What are
It
you
happens to the best of us.
What are you doing here? Did you come through a weird portal as well?
We came through a hole in the floor.
No, like a magic portal, like a summoning thing.
No, but that sounds evil.
Yes.
Do you know who summoned you?
No, but I got a sense of a very troubled human when I got here. I've not been touching his mind. He seems upset and maybe mad.
Well,
And
was
it
was
kind of-
Vance?
No, not any of you. Someone further downstairs. He is upset and maybe a little mentally unbalanced.
Unstable.
Yes.
Well, that's
there
just
something-
like the guy we're looking for.
You are looking for this man?
Do you,
Yeah, we are. We are.
He seems not nice. Who would just bring random animals into this place?
We have to find out.
Well, I can help you. I know what's downstairs. And I know that there is a tunnel I can take back to the Underdark where I come from. But
Oh,
there are skeletons downstairs that I cannot defeat.
Well, I would love to defeat those skeletons for you, Jack. Whatever you need. Also, do you think there's a way we can redeem this angry soul downstairs into a peaceful resolution?
Or would it be faster to kill him?
No.
Well, death
Yes.
is pretty fast.
Death is pretty fast, right, Jack? I like Jack, guys. Jack is a good part of this team.
The flump floats in the air a little bit and it bobs and it kind of regards all four of you with its eye stalks and it says, this man is not within range for me to be able to sense its mind. But if we go downstairs and I can feel him, I can glean some information for you. Maybe I can help?
Okay.
We'd
Yes.
love your help, Jack.
Okay. Follow me. And it bobs its way over towards the door and reaches out with a purple tentacle. And it's obviously a clever appendage. While it doesn't seem to have any digits or anything, it wraps itself around the knob and pulls the door open very smoothly. Obviously, not a locked door. And it says,
It's like the tongue of it's like a tongue of something. You know, those tongues can do that.
Sure. I was thinking more elephant trunk.
I mean, like an elephant trunk. Too.
Yeah.
Elephant trunk can do the same thing.
Elephant trunk.
But also,
But tongues
tongue
of
of a
giraffes
squirrel.
can do that.
that's what I'm talking about. The tongue of the giraffe.
There you go. I got you, fam.
That's what I'm talking about.
You are correct. So that kind of thing, a very surprisingly fine motor control for what seems to be a single digit. And there are like a dozen of these things floating below it. But it opens the door and it says, downstairs are the skeletons. They are scary.
Let's go.
Don't worry, Jack. I am a paladin, and we are great against skeletons.
You are a paladin.
That's right.
Who is your god?
Wow.
Row?
Wow.
Solaris is raw. Are we just making noises right now?
Kind of. Both in and out of character. In your head, you hear an interesting. It's almost like a chuckle, and then Jack says, "I do not know this god, but I am not a creature that lives where you do."
Why, may I ask, do you choose to live in the Underdark? I hear it's a very inhospitable place for someone as friendly and squishy as you.
Roll a persuasion check,
Oh, it probably didn't help with the last thing I did.
or maybe it
Squishy,
will. We'll
squishy.
see.
Persuasion, 8.
8? Okay. It starts to tell you to go squishy, 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 and you can almost sense it go, like you've just done this thing that you would normally do to a baby, and there's like a full-grown adult in front of you, except it happens to be a full-grown adult flump that looks like a jellyfish. Anyway, it gives you this curious look, and then it says, "We, like the Underdark, we are not strong, but we are wise, and there are lots of evil things we can feed on. We don't like feeding on good people. We only want to feed on the bad stuff. Mind
Jack,
flayers and stuff like that."
if we kill this mean old wizard, you're gonna have a hearty feast ahead of you.
Why? We feed on its thoughts. Once it's dead, we don't eat the body. That's weird.
Well, then we'll make sure that you have enough time to feed before we take care of the problem then. And thanks for helping us.
I appreciate the thought. If we can help each other, that would be great.
Love this friendship, Jack. Come on, guys. We got some skeletons to kill.
Okay.
And it gives you a nice little smile. It does seem to have like a weird mouth to it, even though it's been communicating with you telepathically. And it's like right between those two little eye stalks. So it's been looking at you. And then as you say this, it curls up into a little smile. And then it motions and says, downstairs, but be careful.
Okay.
I just kind of want to look at Vance to make sure that he goes first.
I'll lead the way, everyone. But I won't be getting in a fight unless it's absolutely necessary. Peace is my new thing. And I
love this so much.
I'd follow Vance. I'd look back at little bunny rabbit following me, and I just say, "Come on, bunny rabbit, we got a little date with destiny downstairs."
You could swear you see your bunny rabbit companion, Bunny Rabbit, nod at you as you walk down these stairs. And it hops behind you. Freya, you still got Chrysanthemum in your hood. Solaris, you are just eyeing these two bunnies and a flump.
Yeah. So Solaris in the back of the group as they're going down. And Solaris stops us. Jack, what is your favorite color?
Blue.
Okay.
I don't see blue very often, but when I do, it's very pretty.
Blue. I have noted that. We might go bracelet shopping later if you would possibly like a bracelet for your arm.
Tentacle.
I have never had a bracelet before. I'd be interested. What is your favorite color?
I think my favorite color is red right now, but maybe white.
Okay. You can have more than one.
I can have more than one.
It's never occurred to her.
Sure. There are so many colors. Why not have more than one?
I will find your blue bracelet and return to you, Jack.
Thank you. And it's going to bob happily behind you.
All right.
Okay, gang. As you said, Pony Boy, we have a date with destiny. Let's hope it's not a date with doom.
Oh!
And Vance, with a big smile, walks down the stairs.
I kind of want to just stop the game right there because it's both horrible and perfect.
Credits roll.
You know what? There's a couple of announcements we have to make, and we're going to be off for 2 weeks. So you know what? Let's stop it right there because that's brilliant.
That was perfect.
That's kind of too perfect to pass up, and that way we don't have to rush through this. So let me give you guys some experience. I'm going to give you extra experience for that, even though I should take back that level. I want to give you 1,000 experience and then also make you level 2 again at the same time for that. I kind of want to do both. All right.
What is this? Some kind of Suicide Squad?
Oh.
As you guys head downstairs to the next level, now followed by 2 rabbits and a flump, and we'll pause here. So I love you guys so much. All right, for being the dragon god of rabbits, is it the dragon god or just the dragon of rabbits?
It goes back and forth, but I think I'm the dragon god of rabbits.
All right. We'll go dragon god of rabbits, for the uninspired architecture, for making some salad, for double devil's advocate, which I love. Hey, it's new god time, yay! For naming our rabbits and keeping them alive, which was a little surprising to me. And finally, on a slightly more serious, giving you XP for the dreams you guys had. I know I threw that at you of, hey, make a dream. And I thought they were all lovely. And so I will give you guys a total of 950 experience to split between the 4 of you. No, that won't get you up to to level 4, but it's fun.
237 each.
237.
Excellent. Now we are off for the next 2 weeks. Sadly, we don't have a game next week because of traveling. We don't have a week. We don't have a game the week after that because it's American Thanksgiving, and people like to hang out with their families and eat turkey. So next week, there's going to be a rerun of an episode here on this channel, and I will actually be in the chat while the episode is running. So if you have seen the show, then come watch it again and ask me questions. And the invitation extends to the 4 of you. If anybody would like to join us in the chat,
Awesome.
I will be on a plane, but I will be on plane Wi-Fi, so I will try.
There you go. So you'll at least get me. You might actually get some of our players. We'll be chatting in the chat and talking about craziness. I think we've decided we're going to redo episode 1. So if you haven't seen the first episode, or if you haven't seen any of them and you're new to our show, then come watch the first episode. Also, I don't know how well this is going to show up on stream. I am wearing a shirt that is only on sale for another day or two. If you watched the Extra Life stream that happened last week here at Wizards of the Coast, you know that we've been raising money for Extra Life, and one of the ways that you can do it is you can buy this shirt. It is only on sale for like another day or two. It is gorgeous. It is a lovely shirt, and all the money goes to charity, so definitely go to the Wizards website. If you check our Twitter, I'm sure some wonderful person is putting it in the chat right now.
I was going to say, D&D just put it in the chat.
Yep. Bart gave me the thumbs up because he's on top of stuff. And also, it is the holiday season, at least here in America. So people who are thinking about getting gifts for people, why not think about subscribing to this channel and maybe giving the gift of subscribing to our channel to other people? Because A, you get emotes and you get videos on demand and you get the love and respect of me. And that's all that really matters. Let's take a moment and find out where you guys are going to be for the next 2 weeks and anything that you would like to pimp. We'll start with Jack so we can keep the Extra Life train rolling, because I know you got a big one coming up.
Yeah. So starting on Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, Rooster Teeth is kicking off their giant Extra Life stream. It's going to be amazing. Lots and lots of fun. We start at 8 a.m. Central Saturday and go till 8 a.m. Central Sunday, 24 hours of Extra Life streaming. We're trying to raise $1 million. And as of right now, we just crossed 100,000 today. So we're trying to raise $1 million in 24 hours, get up to $1 million in 24 hours. We've got every different faction of Rooster Teeth represented in some form or fashion, from Achievement Hunter, Funhouse, The Know, live action, Red vs. Blue. They're all in there in some kind of aspect. It's a lot of fun. Last year we raised 940,000. This year we're trying to raise over $1 million. So that'd be amazing. Come watch roosterteeth.com/extralife. And and we also have a shirt, and we have a poster and some pins that are only available during this weekend, that the proceeds from our sales go to our Extra Life donation. So please check it out. It's awesome. It's one of my favorite things I do. I get to do at Rooster Teeth, and hope to spread the love with you and raise a lot of money for a bunch of kids. So thank you very much.
Awesome. I have no doubt that stream is always a ton of fun, and I have no doubt with how close you guys came to $1 million last year that you'll get there this year. It'll happen.
Fingers crossed.
And I gotta get one of those shirts. I have to save up my cash for this weekend. Kraken, what are you up to for the next couple of weeks?
Oh, Lordy. Hi, everybody. I'm Kraken. I stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/Kraken and on YouTube at Kraken2. Let's see. I've been actually doing some more Divinity Original Sin, working on my own DM mode campaign. I've been playing some friends ones as well. What else? I don't know. We got a bunch of weird series coming up. Oh, Bloodborne. I'm doing my Bloodborne series with Edward returning pretty soon, which I'm very excited about, and a lot of people are too. Edward's like my most titular character that I play. So looking forward to that. Both good and bad, but it'll be great.
Excellent. And Mika.
Yes. You can find me on Instagram at Mika Burton, Twitter at Mika Burton. This Saturday, as Jack said, I will be participating in the Rooster Teeth Extra Life stream. I am preparing my liver now because it is not prepared, and I am definitely terrified. Also, probably like bruises for paintballs. It's going to get fun. It's going to get crazy. Come watch. The weekend after that, I will be at DaishoCon in Wisconsin, doing signings and panels, judging the cosplay contest. I have a really cool build I'm working on for a cosplay I'm unveiling in 2 weekends. I have not started yet, so that is what I'm doing after the stream is over, is going to start work on that cosplay. But yeah, if you're in the Wisconsin area, it's at the Kalahari, which is a water park convention. So
I've been there.
Indoor
Ooh.
Water parks.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I've been there.
You were at Colossal Con with me a few months ago. It was fun.
Crazy.
Yeah.
All right, and Dante.
Crazy. You can follow me at Dante Bosco on Instagram and on Twitter. And You can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Dante Bosco. Right now, we're in the middle of book 2, doing Let's Watches of Avatar. So subscribe to my channel, and we have guests coming up soon, like Jen Hill, Andrea Romano, the director, Phil Lamar, coming to watch episodes with us. And it's just a really, really crazy time. And watch me play League, and we've been playing a lot of Jackbox lately with fans out there. So subscribe and come hang out with me and my whole team.
Nice. And I am Lauren, also known as Obo Crazy. You can find me on Twitter at Obo Crazy. You can find me on this channel on Wednesdays playing a grung for One Grung Above, which is also a voice that I have to do some vocal warm-ups for because, you know, that's what I like to do. And for Turkey Day, I'm going to be doing some opera. So, hey, if you want to see, not actual Turkey Day, but if you want to come see me in an opera, you can see me in an opera. You can also find my podcast at Dungeon Drunks and listen to me do some more DMing and D&D there. Otherwise, you guys have a good Thanksgiving because I won't see you again for another 2 weeks. And then there's only 2 episodes left. So,
Gas.
yeah.
Wow.
And so, actually, since we do have another minute or two, and you did just level up, I will ask one more role-playing question of all of you, because there are only these 2 episodes left until our next season, which who knows when that will be. But if there's one thing that you would like your characters to do or get, is there anything your characters are still trying to? I mean, Vance might be an obvious one, so we'll start with him. Is there anything your characters are still trying to do? One thing or a thing that you want to get?
I think Vance is definitely looking for what he is devoted to. He wants a clear sign, and I think that's like the all-consuming thought in his mind. Although I think he's warming up to the fact that he can be, you know, devoted to a greater figure while also devoted to his friends and those in his party on like a, you know, a different extent, but to the same extent. So he's warming up to that idea, I think.
Nice. How about Pony Boy?
I think, you know, Pony Boy is finding, you know, camaraderie with these friends. He's kind of a rogue kind of dude running around by himself, this bard roaming the world. I think he's finding, like, I think he wants friendship and family and kind of like, you know, see if these people are going to become familiar to him.
Nice. And Freya?
In a weird way, Freya's kind of feeling the same. She's so used to killing for money and lying for money and doing horrible things for money that this whole sense of like actually having a friend, because at first Solaris was definitely just going to be some poor turtle she fucked over, but friendship is nice and she's starting to learn that.
Yeah.
Murder's not always the answer.
And how about Solaris?
Solaris still wants to find someone who can help her show emotion again. She's you know, she wants desperately to be able to express vocally what she feels and thinks, and being and only speaking like flat is hard for her. So she wants to find someone who can help her in that area.
Well, you got a couple of weeks to think about all of that, and then we'll be back for episode 7 and episode 8. And until then, we'll see you next encounter. Bye.
Bye, everybody.